Hello, Facebook, YouTube. Put these earpieces in. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. I'm going to call this Finances Friday, FICO Friday. What's FICO? What does FICO stand for? Thank you for the digital love. Thank you for the digital love. Thank you for the digital love. This is the queen of credit. Or the queen of everything, right? Good morning. Queen of credit, cash flow, and collectors. What I mean by collectors is debt collectors, right? Saving people thousands and hundreds of dollars from debt collection, debt as well. And so that's exactly what I'm going to discuss this morning, is how to legally eradicate debt. Nothing legally to debt collectors, right? To debt collectors. So also called it FICO Friday. What is FICO? What is FICO? FICO is abbreviated for Fair Isaac Corporation. Fair Isaac Corporation. And that's where you obtain or get your true credit score, right? If you look on, let me get my sunglasses, I know the sun. If you ever want to know what score that the lenders look at, right? When the lenders look at what you're trying to get approved for a home or vehicle, then your truest source would be myfico.com. So as you're come on in on this Friday, right? Come on in, hit the like, share this on your personal page. You're watching this live on Facebook. If you're watching the replay or the upload on YouTube, I want you to subscribe to my channel. And right next to the subscription button is a bell, right? That bell will notify you whenever I upload some of these life-changing financial videos. And on Facebook, share this, hit the thumbs up button, share this on your timeline right now. Let's get people in to get this financial empowerment education, right? So let's get people in, let's get people in. So have you ever wondered why, right? Have you ever wondered why, if you owe a bill or you owe a balance, why wouldn't that original creditor come after you for the money, right? Why wouldn't that original creditor, right, who you owe, the original company that you made the agreement term, the original organization, why would they opt out? Why would they make a decision to sell your debt to a debt collector and take a loss, right? Why do you think that? Have you all ever wondered that? Because the whole purpose of this video this morning is to make you think. It's to prompt your thinking. If you owe me money, right, and you haven't paid me, why would I sell your account to Jane and say, look, Jane, Julie owes me, and she haven't paid me in 6 months, right? I don't think I'm going to get the money from Julie. So Jane, I'm just going to sell it to you. Be careful. I'm just going to sell this account to you. I'm going to sell, let me get my hand out the way. I'm going to sell the balance of what she owes to you. And hey, I haven't had good luck in getting the money, but hey, oh my God, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Good luck to you trying to collect it. I haven't had good luck collecting it. Make sure this is propped up. But here you go. I'm going to sell it to you. And not only am I going to sell it to you, I'm going to sell it to you for a discounted price, not the amount that she owes me, right? For example, if she owe you $100 or owe me $100, I'm just going to sell it to you for $10. Or if she owe me $1,000, I'm just going to sell it to you for $100. or if she owed me $10,000, I'm going to sell it to you for $1,000. I'm going to take a $9,000 loss, and I'm not able to collect or get her to pay me what she owes or what she agreed. But I'm going to sell it to you. And then, have you ever asked yourself this question as well? Why would someone take the risk, right, of buying an account? Why would someone take that risk of buying an account that the original company or creditor or organization has not been successful and getting the money? Why? That's the biggest gamble there is. Don't you think that's the biggest gamble there is? Okay, Jane hasn't paid me the $10,000, right? But I'm going to sell it to you, and here you go. Good luck in getting that $10,000. She showed me in 6 months that she won't pay me. These are thought-provoking Financial Friday questions that I want you to consider when it comes to dealing with debt collectors, right? These are thought-provoking questions. Let me try to reposition my phone so maybe the sunlight is not too bright. That I want you to consider. Good morning, when dealing with debt collectors. Number one, why wouldn't the original person that I owe take me to court to get their money back, but would rather sell it to a debt collector? Thank you for the digital love. To position them to take me to court to collect the money. Ask yourself these questions. And this is why I've saved people hundreds and thousands of dollars from paying debt collectors, right? So this is how this works. Your original creditor or the original company or organization that provided you any type of services, they are under the Fair Credit Billing Act, right? They're under a credit act or a lending act, a truth in lending act, right? Depends on what type of account it is, what type of services you receive. If it's a credit services, it's the Fair Billing Credit Act. If it's just services like medical bills or cable services, internet services, is under a different, the Truth in Lending Act, right? The FACTA Act, the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act, and the Truth in Lending Act. So they are under the auspices or under the laws, legal laws of, let me try to readjust this phone, of different laws, right? So for example, in regards to your credit score, that's the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So you have all type of laws to protect you, right? You have all type of laws to protect you when it comes to your FICO score and your finances, right? And your finances. So the original creditor, original business biller or organization, they said, look, I'm under the FACTA Act, the Fair and Accurate Credit Transactions Act. When I report this to the credit agencies, or I'm under the Fair Billing and Credit Act laws and organization. And you know what? It is more beneficial for us, for our company, to just write this off as a tax loss, because every business and organization wants to save thousands in taxes, right? They want to win the tax game. They understand that they can't get ahead if for every dollar that they make or they bring in, right, that 30 cents of that dollar is given to the government, right? So they want to win the money game. And that's why I tell people all the time, out of their paycheck, with your own personal finances, you want to win the money game, right? If you get paid today, right? Today is Friday. Today is a payday for you. You want to keep more of the money that you make, right? And a lot of people look at this in terms of saving money and cutting down on budgeting. No, I'm talking about the money out of your paycheck. You want to look at your paycheck and see how much is spending out in federal taxes, and ask yourself, what can I do legally, right, to pay less and keep that money in my pocket? Because at the end of the year, when Uncle Sam gives you a refund right? Yeah, you have to learn the game. Re means they're giving you back something that you've already given them. But the thing is, you give it to them all year at 0% interest rate. You don't even get a return on that money. So you might as well keep that money in your household, in your pocket, coming to you throughout the year, so you can start paying off these high interest accounts that you may have. But that was off topic, but on topic, right? And so when they sell this debt, they want to save on taxes. They say, you know what, we're not trained like these debt buyers. We're not trained like that. We don't want to call people and harass them. We don't want to put that energy in calling them on their jobs and harassing them for the money. We don't want to put the energy into after 30 days, if this customer or this person don't ask us to validate a debt, we don't want to put the energy into hiring attorneys. Thank you for the digital love. Good morning, Chicago. How is the weather in Chicago? It's 73 and sunny here in Mississippi. 73 and sunny in Mississippi. And so the Bank of America, Chase, Amex, whoever, your clinic, that clinic that you go to, that cable provider, right? They said, we don't want to put the energy into hiring legal people in place to take you to court to get this debt. And it doesn't even matter if it's like a $10,000 debt, right? They just said, we don't want to put the energy. So we'll sell it to a debt buyer. We'll sell it to a debt buyer, right? They buy it for pennies on the dollar. So like it's $100, we'll sell it for $10. And we will save thousands on the back end and not the front end of trying to hire an attorney or putting our time and energy into this. So we'll save thousands on the back end and taxes, and we'll just write it off as a loss, as a tax write-off. So then the debt buyer, and I'm saying debt buyer or debt collector because that's exactly what they do. They just buy your debt, but they don't buy the legal documents required because they are under a law too, right? And their law is different. Their law is different. It's 66 and cloudy here, okay, but it's still good weather though. It's still good weather. They are under a different law as well. Their law is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Now, your original creditor is not under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. And this is why debt buyers take that gamble and they take that chance of buying your bad debt. It's not because they believe they have certain tactics that's different than your original creditor to get that money from you. It's not because they believe that when I buy this debt from the original creditor, right, that this person is going to get a job and this person, they're going to come into money and they didn't have it to pay the original creditor, but they will have it some type of way to pay me. No, they're not thinking that. What they want to do is do the same thing your original creditor do. Write you a bills, write you letters in the mail saying, hey, you owe this, you're 6 months behind, you're 4 months behind, you're 3 months. They're going to do the same thing, but their time period is different. What do you want me to say again, Ms. Wilson? Their time frame is different. See, under the Fair Credit Billing Act, and the FACTA, the Truth in Lending Act, for example, I'm saying FACTA, but FACTA is just that they have to report fair and accurate information transaction to the credit agency. So, under the Truth in Lending Act and the Fair Credit and the Fair Credit Billing Act, right? They have to wait 6 months or more before they write it off as a loss or they sell it to a collection agency. So their time frame is much, much longer than a debt collector or a debt buyer. They have to wait 6 months or longer. A debt buyer, right, under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, only have to give you 30 days. So you are 30 days. No, they don't buy the documents. They buy the debt. But they don't buy or purchase, because that would cost them 3-4 times as more to purchase the documents. And Miss Wilson, guess what? If that shock you, guess what's even more shocking, right? That when it comes to your medical bills, it's illegal for them to buy the document. Because now that has violated your privacy laws of your medical information that they cannot have or should not know or have access to anyway. Because now you are also, it's so many laws that protect you all to save your money. Now you are protected under the HIPAA laws, the Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act. HIPAA, HIPAA. The Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act. So now HIPAA says, look, you can buy this debt, you can buy this printout, you can buy this screenshot, you can buy this Excel worksheet that says this person owed this much or this much, but you cannot have their original documents. You cannot have when they sign in at the clinic, and you cannot have anything about them, and then your itemized bill that shows what charges you were charged for the services provided have all of that information. So legally, thank you, Ms. Wilson, legally they cannot have the documents required to collect the debt. But this is where they get you. So the original creditor has 6 months. In 6 months they have it, and they say, okay, we'll sell it. We'll take our tax losses. We'll save our company millions and thousands of dollars in taxes, right? That's the name of the money game. We'll sell it to this debt buyer. We'll sell it to them cheap. We have stores here in Mississippi called Dirt Cheap. We'll sell it to them dirt cheap, pennies on a dollar. And they don't have the documentation to collect. But guess what? The consumer does not know they're supposed to have this documentation. You don't know, right? And then if you do know, now that you watch my video, that they do supposed to have the documentation, you don't know how to ask them legally under the law to provide it to you. So you can say, hey, under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, you're supposed to have my original documents on file. You're supposed to have the original contract with my signature, proving that this is my debt, number one, proving that every account balance, all the interest is 100% accurate, because they can't charge you any additional fees over what the original creditor was charging you. So the name of their game is, okay, I'll buy this $100 debt or this $1,000 debt or $10,000 debt, and I'll buy it for $10 or $100 or $1,000, and I will make them pay me full amount, and I've made money 10 times over. Or what I'll do is I say, okay, we'll settle with you, Miss Such and Such. You can just pay $5 a month. We won't take you to court, or $10 a month. And they know over time that they're going to pay, they will get 10 times as much as they bought the debt for. And so you writing in and say, or you Googling some information and stating that, hey, under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, you're supposed to produce this, and this, unless you have the law, specifically the exact law, because under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, there are hundreds of laws, right? You have to know the exact law to the T to get the results and to get them to permanently dismiss the debt, and it goes away, where you will not be taken to court and you will not legally owe the debt. So I help people be free of debt collectors from $10,000, $11,000, $12,000, $13,000, all the way from $1,000, right? And a lot of people, what they do is, a lot of times people will file bankruptcy just because of medical debt, medical loans, and things that because of whatever their health fail, right? What do you mean? What about credit score? Okay, that's kind of a vague question. And so, right, this is how you're proactive, and you don't owe anything on the account, on the debt. You don't legally owe the debt collectors. You be proactive where they're not even in position to take you to court to try to sue you for the debt. This is another thing that debt collectors bank on. is they say this person just going to throw this letter to the side that we sent them. They're going to ignore our phone calls. We have documentation that we called them at their job on their cell phone at this date and this date. They ignored the letters. They ignored the phone calls. And in 30 days, if you look on the bottom of any letter from a debt collector, it will state that you have 30 days to ask for validation. So they bank on that in 30 days, this person will not react or respond, right? They won't react or respond. And that way we will have legal grounds to now take them to court for the debt, and we'll just win because they will end up being a no-show. So now we have a legal document in place that would not have been in place if you knew how to validate the debt and you knew how to dispute that and write it, right? So FICO score, I discussed FICO score earlier. I need someone to clean my experience report. Okay, I don't know what you mean by clean, Steve. Some people mean clean is they want a credit sweep, which produces 15 to 30 days of results. But in order to be qualified to get results that quick and to do a credit sweep, you have to be a victim of identity theft. And there's legal paperwork that you have to fill out. So if you are honestly a victim of identity theft, then you will fill out those legal documents, but I will consult you on how to get that done. So earlier I did go into FICO score, what that means. I'm not breaking down credit and FICO score. In this particular video, I really just want to focus on debt collectors, right? How to save hundreds and thousands in debt collectors and everything that they're supposed to have in place. If you want to reach out to me for any type of services, credit, collection debt, if you need to know, okay, the number one question I always get is how much do you charge? I need a consultation. Email me at LD, and make sure your email is 3 to maybe 2 to 3 lines. Don't make it lengthy because I read hundreds of email a week or a day. Okay. And so Steve, if you qualify for that, if you are a victim of identity theft and you are willing to legally, after I consult you, complete that paperwork, to say that you are, just know it's legal paperwork and it's under the federal government. So be true and accurate about it. Then yeah, you can get a credit sweep, 15, 30 days. I also tell people all the time, just know that negative accounts are meant to stay on your credit for 7 to 10 years. Right? So if you can get your credit rebuilt within 30 days, 3 months, 6 months, 7 months, that's a very short turnaround time for something that was meant to keep you in bondage for 7 to 10 years. Bankruptcy stay on there for 10 years, negative reporting, late payments, 7 years, charge off collections, 7 years. So it's worth you investing time of 30 days, 3 months, or 8 months, right, to be challenged and dispute and get the credit expert advice you need to remove items that would have otherwise been on there for 7 to 10 years. Hey, this is Queen of Credit here. Some lights flashing in the background. Hey, I'm signing off. Again, my email is ld@fixmycreditandcash.com. Reach out to me via email. You all have a fantastic Friday. And Miss Wilson, have a great day in Chicago. I would do the same here in Mississippi.